back.
And we back.
And we back. And we back.
And we back. And we back.
All right. So because in this new era of social media, you know, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal with Jay-Z, you know, there's a lot of music going out there, but also a lot of criticisms. And mainly the criticisms is going at, you know, the Lil Uzi Verts, Lil Yachty's, you know, you see that. You see, no, it's not me. It's not me. It's old man Ebro. Ebro on Hot 97.
Wait, did you hear his name?
What?
Did you hear his name? Say his name one more time.
Ebro.
No, say his whole name.
Old man Ebro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Old man Ebro.
Joey Badass went up there the other day and told him that they need to get out of there because they're not letting the young people on. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know anything about, you know.
That was the interview?
Yeah.
I watched the beginning of that interview.
Yeah. They don't know anything about new music.
What do you think about the criticisms of new music and artists like that?
I'm gonna say this, like honestly, I'm gonna give you a real life example. Like, you know, I made a song with my boy the other day. We went to studio, we recorded it. We went to a couple different studios, recorded it, and like we didn't like the way it turned out. And like, you know, he said he played it for somebody, right? And like the person didn't like it, and I was like, yeah, but it's like the song is not for that crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's not for somebody in that age range. Like if a song is like meant for like somebody up until the age of like 22, if you're 30 listening to it, you're gonna be like, what is this? You can't relate. Like music is all about relating to what the artist is talking about, and if you can't relate, there's no point in listening. So, you know, that's really what it's all about. If the DJs can't relate to what the listeners want to hear, you know, their views are gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? Like the new artists are not gonna get a chance to come up. It's like, and eventually, you know, there's gonna be a change, but it's gonna be too late. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lose their job by the time it happens.
It's a situation where if you're shunning all the new artists, what happens when all the old artists are gone?
Exactly.
And the new ones are the one that's running.
And it's like, look at this.
Game.
I want to say this, yo. Like Fabulous, like the only reason why Fabulous is still around is because he always, like, you know, hops on the newest style. You know what I'm saying? Kanye does the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta adjust with the times. Like, you know.
You can't remain stuck in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for it. Some of the most legendary hip-hop albums and songs were made in the 90s.
I agree, but it's like you could look back. Yeah, you could look back and reminisce, but you got to remember, like, every day's a new day. You got to do something new. It's like, you know, like Bill Clinton is not still the president. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
things change.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the idea of now that rap's pretty much getting as big as it's ever been, right? You got your people, you got your Migos who are doing the trap thing, you got your Migos, your Gucci. Then on the other hand, you got your Chance, your Uzi, your Yachty, who all three have different sounds, but they're new school.
Yeah.
Then you got your old heads who people, or not necessarily old heads, but people who are attracted to more like the bars. You got your Kendricks, you got your other like A$AP Rocky and all your J. Cole's, right? Do you think within hip hop there is enough space for all people to coexist, or do you think at a certain point certain styles are gonna get pushed out?
Definitely not. I feel like in the field of music, it's like it's different. It's how you feel. You know what I mean? More times, like with me, if I'm making a song, I don't usually do the same. Like I'm not consistent with the same thing. Like if I feel like sad or like if I feel like I want to make a chick song, you feel me, or like some hard stuff.
One for the ladies, one for the boys.
Yeah, it's how it is. So it's like people really come up with stuff differently. Like as far as like creativity, like not everybody's the same.
That's for sure.
Gotcha. Got their own lanes.
You just look at the way Chance makes music. He has all this gospel stuff, right? If y'all heard Kendrick's last one, he got all this jazz. Then you go to Uzi's, and Uzi's more about just him at the club, him having fun, talking about girls, you know, the drugs and everything.
If you really listen, Lil Uzi is a rock artist. Like if you really
he acts like a rock star, bro. He's more. That's how he's getting his appeal, bro. Honestly, because he makes music that is hip hop, but it's not for those who typically listen to hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
He has that mainstream appeal to him.
Where do you think lyrics can be placed now, though? Where do you think that falls in? If you do have evolution,
it's
change?
underrated now. Like it's underrated. Lyrics this day and age is now. They don't care about the lyrics no more. They care about the beat, the swag. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's coming back? I mean, because you still have people like Kendrick or basically everybody in TDE, Joey Badass when he came out. That like they had the whole conscious movement or whatever.
Right.
You have similar artists, some artists that do push lyrics and are still popular. Like everybody's waiting for that album to drop yesterday, but it didn't drop, so it's got pushed back to April 14th next week. But what do you think about lyrics? Do you think it's gonna come back, or do you think it's just gonna plateau here? It's just gonna stay here?
I mean, the lyrics, like, what is a song without the lyrics, realistically? But at the same time, like, you know, this is my whole claim to fame is the melodies and harmonies. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you can really say the same thing probably about 20 times in a row in a certain way, and people, you know, love it. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if it's a hook or something like that. It's easy, man.
It's like, and remember, at the end of the day, like, are you listening to the words or are you listening to the beat? You know what I'm saying? Like the beat catches you, you're feeling the beat, and then you're nodding your head, and then eventually you memorize the words, and there's the song that you love.
There will always be that certain type of fan base that will always look out for them lyrics. You know what I mean? Like me. Like it depends.
There's
like
people out there I like
yeah.
both, but I do
yeah.
have an ear for lyricism. If
Definitely.
you say a line that's clever and like that plays on words and stuff like that, I'll definitely be that guy who goes, whoa, chill. I take my headphones off and everything,
Like
man.
J. Cole underrated. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's top 3 lyricists right now.
Yeah, definitely. And he talks about real stuff and he makes it sound like dope. You know what I'm saying?
But people don't want to hear that, so you know what I mean. They be bashing him sometimes.
You know how I feel though? It's like, okay, you see how you see J. Cole? It's like J. Cole puts like, all this thought and all this effort into like, one song, and he like spreads out the same subject for the entire song. Like somebody like, Lil Uzi or Lil Yachty, they're gonna say the entire like, subject matter in the hook, and then the rest is just like them divulging into like why they feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, J. Cole, he's not really too big with the hooks or anything like that. Like he's just gonna kind of complain for the entire song. Like, I love J. Cole, but that's what he's doing.
That was his last album. He
What do you think
talked about like social problems the entire
Yeah.
time.
His mans.
What do you think about Forest Hills Drive?
That was one of the greatest albums ever. That shit touched my heart.
Ever.
I don't care what nobody
Ever.
said.
Maybe in recent, I'll give it to you, and maybe in like recent hip hop is definitely up there. But I think personally, if you're gonna talk like favorite albums, that's the next question. Segue. In my opinion, one of the better albums of the entire generation was Good Kid, Mad City.
Yep.
Good Kid, Mad City, because
Definitely.
Good Kid, Mad City, not only do you have the bars that everyone's looking for, you do have the club hits. Like you got Mad City, you got like Don't Kill My Vibe, you got Poetic Justice and all that stuff. So I think the way he did it too, personally one of my favorites. How about you guys?
What about you?
So you're going with?
You gonna stay with Forest Hills?
Forest Hills, right now, one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forest Hills.
Like we'll do it like from 2010 and on. We'll do it from then on.
Oh, yeah. Cause I can relate, you know what I mean, like to a lot of stuff he said. In that, in
his
that album.
stuff hits close to home, bro. It's about growing up and everything.
Yeah, I'm all about the lyrics, the feeling.
Sure.
I mean, I'm gonna say for my favorite album of recent, like most people hated this album, and it's like I don't care. But Yeezus, honestly,
Yeezus is dope.
That's a strong statement.
Dope.
Yeezus, honestly, like Yeezus was on a whole nother level. It's like you got to experiment. You can't be afraid to like try things. You know what I'm saying? It's like Kanye. Like, come on, how many people are bold enough to go on a song and say I am a god? You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
make it sound hot.
Exactly. It's like who can do that?
It's the one thing like you gotta give it up to Kanye.
Exactly.
Though. Every album he makes all sound different.
Blood on the Leaves, like everybody knows that
Hold
song was
My
a
Liquor,
hit.
all that.
Yeah, the samples Kanye uses, it's like the amount of time this man
Shout
was
out to
put
Nina
into
Simone.
it. Come on.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? What
I
album
would have to
got you?
say, for some reason, Get Rich or Die Trying keeps coming popping.
We'll let it rock. Shout out to New York.
There we go.
That, to be
There we
honest,
go.
that's
to New York.
That is top.
Classic.
That
I don't know
album.
why, but
The only album I remember buying at the age of 6.
Absolutely.
I
Right.
walked in with my own money and bought
Exactly.
it.
I'm gonna say
Yo.
this: the only album I ever bought was Watch the Throne. And that's the only album I'll ever buy.
One of the better albums, dude.
Jay Z and Kanye, you'll never top that again.
Yep.
Never again.
Dang.
For sure.
Again. So with all this new artists and everything, you still have people competing. Because it is you do have your own lane, but also sometimes you bump heads. You compete with other artists, and that's basically what's been happening lately with Kendrick throwing shots and Drake throwing shots and Big Sean throwing shots. What do you think is happening with beef right now? Do you think it's it kind of feels like it's dumbed down? Like you had the Remy and Nicki that was hot for like 2 seconds, and then it's gone.
I mean, you got anything to say?
Do you think it's beneficial for artists to beef right now or not?
I mean, sometimes I think it's like promotional purposes, as far as like getting money and stuff. 'Cause it's just
That's
what
why
it is
even
now.
if you lose the beef, Meek Mill's name was still in your mouth and you're
Yeah,
still
a lot
talking
of,
about
lot of
him,
stuff
right?
don't add up. You know what I mean? Like if you feel me, behind the mic is not it don't add up.
I'm
It
gonna
don't
say
add up.
this: like I can actually really relate to the beef situation, and like my boy Mike can honestly relate to it too. It's like we've been doing this music thing for a while, and it's just like you never know what kind of situation you're gonna get caught up in. You know what I mean? It's like you don't go out there looking for beef, and I'm not talking about somebody running after you trying to shoot you. Like that's not the type of beef you're talking about. You're talking about somebody dissing you on the
Music.
track.
Yeah.
It's like I was honestly in a situation where I wrote a song for somebody. Person basically begged me for the song. I let the person take the song, and then they dissed me in the song. So I was like, what? I was like, what is going on here, man? Like you got some type of repressed emotions you're not telling me about? Like we supposed to be boys, man. Like let me know. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
It's like you never know the situation that's going on behind the scenes that leads to the beef. That's really what it is at the end of the day.
So what do you think of the top 5 artists in your opinion? You know, you mentioned Uzi Vert. Everybody mentioned at least one, but who would you put out for 5?
No particular order too. So
Yeah,
off the top
no
of your head, if you
order.
can do the top 5, respect
Right
it.
now? Top 5 right
Hey,
now?
just, yeah, I'd say right now. And right now, just top 5 people to come to your head. I'll start it off. To
Yeah,
make let y'all jog the memory a little bit. I'm gonna put
everybody.
I'm gonna put Kendrick in there.
Okay.
We'll put Travis Scott in there.
Okay.
Got you.
I'm gonna put ASAP Rocky.
I
I'm gonna put ASAP. I'm gonna put ASAP on there. I'm gonna put ASAP Rocky.
That's his opinion. That's his opinion.
If anybody knows Isaiah Rashad, one of Kendrick's
I heard
boys,
about him.
he's
Yeah.
super mellow. He's fire. And I might have to put Kanye in there.
God, we might have to.
Might have to, because no one else is coming on top of my head, man. Look, the argument with Kanye is, to me, is that Kanye, he's a good artist, not a good rapper.
Yeah.
I'm a good. He got a good line here and there, but bar for bar,
I feel like
I don't know
Kanye back
about
then
that.
was he was a good rapper. Like,
I feel like he's
Yeah.
not going for that. I feel like he's like,
Yeah, we all
no,
know
no,
that. We all know
that's
that,
not
though.
his lane either. That's what I'm saying. But you gotta be real with him.
Nah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's not going for it, but he's still not up there. You know what I'm saying?
Hurt my heart, man.
I would have to say Kendrick, Joe Budden, Royce the 5'9".
Loves
Oh,
those
Why Joe Budden? May I ask you?
Slaughterhouse
What?
Gang.
May I ask you why Joe Budden? Curious.
I feel like what Lordfaded said. I could relate to his music
Okay,
a lot. Like
definitely.
whatever I've gone through in the past,
He's just
I
in the
could
spotlight
definitely
for the wrong reasons too.
Def-
Joe Budden can
yeah.
spit.
Yeah, he definitely
He
can.
guys.
he definitely can.
You seen you chase the guy on Instagram?
Right,
Like
yo.
the Drake fans?
No. He had every right. My man came up to his house with.
Word.
He had his girl in the house, his family, whoever was in the house.
Talk about his girl for a second.
You seen
Yeah,
that?
can we comment on that?
He's seen that. He's seen that. Yeah, definitely. Kendrick, Joe Budden, Royce the 5'9". I would put Big Crit, and I would have to say right now, Chance the Rapper.
That's interesting. That's
Low-key
very
pick.
interesting.
The South, yo, see, and that's the thing. He definitely flows. Like the South, they know for flowing on records, but also he could give you lyrical stuff and deep thoughtful.
That's why I also like.
Songs.
I also like Southern rappers. Sometimes they use that twang, like Gucci got that twang, and they can use it to their effect to make themselves sound crazy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about you guys?
Oh, you go. All right. My top 5 would be like not in no order, but like
No order.
yeah.
Just give me 5.
Dave East, Kendrick, Drake would be in there. Travis would be in there. Kanye would be in there.
Keep going. That's 5. You can keep going.
Let's see. I listen to everybody honestly, but those that's in my rotation. You know what I
5.
mean, besides my clique,
Yeah,
that's a
Travis
rotation.
has been on heavy rotation.
Yeah.
Travis and Kendrick have been on.
To me, he had one of the dopest albums of
Birds,
2016. Like,
Birds
Travis.
of
that
last
was
year.
that was
Oh,
great.
Dude, that has heavy replay. Heavily on rotation.
Mhm.
How about you, Lord?
Alright, so top 5 artists right now.
Let me Kanye.
Okay, I mean honestly, I should say down. Like, leave it right there. But I'm gonna say number 1. Actually, not number 1. I'm not gonna put it in any order. But an artist who's real big to me is Travis Scott. Travis Scott is real big to me. And even though this man has not put out any music I've liked in a while, another guy I'm gonna put in there is Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's a huge influence to me, man. Those harmonies and melodies. Kanye, you already know. Kanye, we're gonna meet up one day. I'm gonna take your spot. And just gonna hand it off to me. Alright. Another one. Who else am I putting there? That's 3, right? I got 3 so far.
Yeah.
So I got 2 more to put in there. I don't know how I nearly forgot this man. Lil Uzi.
You've been repping him all. You repping him for 45 minutes straight.
Nah, because me and Lil Uzi gonna get on the track. We're gonna get some heat out
Can I
there.
ask you specifically what is it about Uzi that you like so much?
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. It's like I have a gift, and it's like I swear I should have been an A&R. I should have never did music. I should have been an A&R because it's like I'm dead serious. It's like I went to boarding school in Philly, so it's like while I was out there, it's like some of the artists I heard like growing up was like Wiz Khalifa. I heard Wiz Khalifa when he was on Prince of the City. Like that was his first album he ever put out. It's like that's when I like artists. Like once they go mainstream, it's like, all right, this is my gift to the world. I'll let you free. It's like I'm giving it back. But it's like I always find those artists when they're like they're not good, and it's like while they're like growing, and I'm like, I see something in him that's gonna like change, or there's something in this artist that's just like catchy, and it's just like I see it, and it's like honestly I've been telling people about like Lil Uzi and like people like Lil Yachty for like years, and they was like, man, what is this? This is garbage. Oh, he doesn't say yeah. And I'm like, all right.
And now that's now that's the wave now.
Exactly. They try to act like
the way things are looking up.
They try to act like they never even like heard it from me. But it's like
All right, so you got 4. Can you give me a 5th off the top of your head, or you not?
Fifth?
Or no?
I'm gonna say the man who was owning, you know, the end of last year, beginning of this year, and that's Quavo. Like Quavo need to drop the Migos. That's a solo artist right there. Like that is a solo artist.
Whoa.
He's working on something with Travis too.
Yeah, it's like, but why he don't need to team up with nobody. That man's a solo artist.
He kills features. He's a feature killer for sure.
Them hooks, bro.
He's a feature killer for sure. All right, Mike.
What about you?
It's a tough question.
5.
Man. I mean, this is my personal 5. I love, you know, Don Q.
Yeah,
Holding it down for the Bronx.
That mixtape, that was a great mixtape.
Corner Stories.
Hold on, before we even finish, Andrew heard about this. I don't know if you've seen the picture yet, but I heard Don. Actually, I'm not gonna say it because he's living in the Bronx.
Yeah, you better chill.
But I'm gonna say it because I heard this man is like 5'4".
He's short. He's mad
chill.
short.
It don't matter.
He's mad short.
It don't matter.
He sound crazy on the track.
He's still bodying tracks.
Still, yo, his voice though. That's what I was saying. His voice. He sounds.
Flow for days.
I thought he was like 6'2". Like,
my boy Extension. Is
yo, that man is 5'6", 120. I was like, yo, I thought.
Let's wrestle.
From his mugshot.
Let's wrestle. Oh man, Don Q. I gotta say Jada. I gotta say, man, I don't even. So many. Davies definitely. I'm big on Davies.
Anybody, think producers, especially as a producer.
Producers, man. I loved R. Leslie, Ryan Les. Yeah. You know, Metro Boomin, of course, things like that. Just there's so much talent. You can't even put in
that's
the
the thing. There's
Hip-hop
so
now
much.
is flourishing
Yeah,
more than
many
ever,
people.
bro. People,
Absolutely.
so many heads coming out.
It's one
Absolutely.
of America's biggest exports is hip hop music.
Especially just entertainment in general, but hip hop is becoming worldwide.
Yeah,
Definitely.
influential.
Yeah. You want to get the aux cord, play a little music right now?
Yeah, you already know. I got something from, you know, me, my boy Ty, my boy Super Saiyan, my boy Kenny. This is a jam. You know, I just want to say, you know, another thing that makes our music is so special is that, you know, we record this in my house. It's like we record this, like, you know, I built my own studio in my crib. It's right there next. It's right there next to my bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we recorded this right there, and I mixed it, and it's like we put our heart and soul into this.
Real personal, man.
Nah, you gotta start from
It's a
somewhere.
real personal, man.
Start from home studios.
Humble
Start from the
beginnings,
bottom.
bro.
What J. Cole said, those songs have made my bedroom.
Yeah.
Remember? Come on.
True.
All right, so I'm gonna play something right here. Some heat. Turn that up. It's Lordfaded on the mix too. Holla at me.
Check it out on SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter.
DJ Andrew on the mix.
DJ Andrew. Let me turn that up a little bit.
You good.